We are live. Alright, everybody. Today we'll be doing Pokemon X with Trevenant. I did Gourgeist last week, but I had to push this Pokemon to today because of the Ditto stream. Excuse me. But I think this Pokemon, I'm not sure how it's going to do. Gourgeist did okay. We take a quick glance at the leaderboard here. It got 5th place overall, which is pretty good, but honestly, I think it's because some of my results in the bottom tier of my leaderboard are a little bit out of date. Like, honestly, these two Pokemon right here can definitely get far better times. Because my skill wasn't as good back then. What does Forest Curse do? Good question. It adds the grass type to the opponent. So, like for Gourgeist, Trick or Treat added the ghost type. Forest Curse adds the grass type. I am not sure how that's going to be useful. At least adding the ghost type was useful for Gourgeist, so it could do super effective damage early game with Astonish. Oh, Shadow, thanks for becoming a member. Unless you were gifted a membership by me, I don't remember. Is it possible to use AZ's Floette? Oh, it is possible, yeah. The Pokemon exists in the code of Gen 6, and I think Gen 7 as well. It isn't... I actually at one point wanted to make a video out of it, but I, for some reason, never did. But yeah, I have the over-under set to 140 to 145. I think this will play better, because if we switch on back here, we start with a 75 power move, Horn Leech, as well as get Tackle. Gourgeist did not have great moves to deal with. I think Gourgeist had to use Struggle, or had to use Confuse Ray to kill the Zigzagoon. Now I bought it. Well, thank you, Shadow. How nice of you. I'm just saying, whenever we see Quagsire, you better cooperate, and you better say the Gwaghay. I don't know if it'll be broken, but it's a very powerful move. But the problem is with Light of Ruin is it causes recoil damage. It's literally a clone of Head Smash. Fun fact, it's the only fairy move that does recoil damage. But yeah, I'm not sure. I know Axew, if he ever shows up today, he actually played it in Omega Ruby. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, right, I have to actually be on the emulator in order for the inputs to register. Alright, so our ability is Natural Cure. All this means is whenever we get switched out of battle, like with Roar, and I think this also works when the battle ends, we'll lose our status conditions, which is good. Our nature is Jolly, so plus speed minus special attack. We're mainly a physical attacker with this thing. Funnily enough, I looked at this thing's stats. Physical attack is this thing's only good thing. Everything else about it just sucks. Honestly, I'm trying to think, like, what's a Pokemon that has good attack but bad everything else? I'm thinking stuff like Machamp and Primeape. Those things have great attack, but not much else. Well, I think Primeape at least has some speed, but this is basically similar to Ghost-type Machamp. Good attack, not much of anything else. Dominic, it's random. Hey, Kiwi. Yeah, whenever someone gives a membership on YouTube, whoever gets it is random. Alright, I think that's about everything else. Oh, Axew does have some notes, so I'm not completely in the dark. Alright, so I'm just going to read the first couple of gyms here. We need the plus speed nature to outrun Malva's Pyroar in the late 70s, early 80s. Otherwise, we are just Aerodactyling both Pyroar and Talonflame with Quick Claw. Let me expand these. Male to minimize damage from Malva's Pyroar due to rivalry, and opens up attract strats. With Natural Cure, we don't have to worry about status conditions. It's best to Hyper Potions for the road. Harvest only works if we have a berry. Berries in X and Y are not easy. And Frisk is a meme like Undertale. Those were his words, not mine. Yeah, Dominic, I wish you could give memberships to specific people, like Twitch, but YouTube just doesn't do it for some reason. Hidden Power Fire is strictly for Wolfric. You know things are bad when I mention him. He wants to keep. You want to keep growth specifically? Okay. Now for Viola split. Let's see. Fight some trainers to get growth at level 8. We want this. Despite the lack of good moves other than Horn Leech, this fight is free. Grant. Grab Quick Claw. Start your training on Route 5. We want the rivals Braixen and Absol. We have the Braixen and the Absol later on. On Route 5, grab Hone Claws. I know where that is. In the berry fields, pick up the Miracle Seed. Make sure you grab 3 PP ups for Horn Leech. It's going to be a mainstay. Grab the Heart Scale in Ambrit Town. We'll need Phantom Force for Wickstrom. In Glittering Cave, get Shadow Claw. Okay. I do know with people, I don't know how, but you have to go into your own YouTube settings and allow the possibility to be gifted a membership. Because I think by default it's turned off. Or maybe by default it's turned on, and you have to turn it off if you don't want it. No, Shadow, you have to be a member to gift memberships. Okay, that's all the reading I'm going to do. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, at least Trevenant starts with way better moves than Gourgeist does. In the notes, though, Axew said that Trevenant is actually going to be worse than Gourgeist. Not so sure how, because our moveset looks pretty decent. Maybe, Shadow, it was because you were a member at one point when you were gifted one. Grab myself the free Pidgey. For anyone new here, every Pokemon on Route 2 here is a guaranteed catch. Not like the species here, not like Bunnelby's a guaranteed catch. Only Pokemon on Route 2. Like, if it's not from Route 2, they have their normal catch rates. I think they did this to make the early game easier for people when catching a team. And since the Pidgey is a scripted encounter, you can always guarantee a fly user. Kind of like I'm cheating the encounters, but I'm not. And the Bunnelby serves no purpose. I just want a full party. Because we're going to get the Kanto starter, the Lucario. Let's see, Kanto starter. What are the other ones? Kanto starter, Lucario, Lapras. There was something else. Can't remember. But, yeah, we will have a full party. I just have to catch one extra thing. How do you even become monetized as a YouTuber? I think they lowered the threshold now, but when I got monetized a couple years ago, it was 1,000 subs plus 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 12 months. But I think now you can do it with 500 subs now. I think the watch hours are still the same. Might be 3,000. I'm pretty sure it's 4,000 unless they changed it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and fight these 2 preschoolers too. Yeah, Gourgeist definitely struggled before the gym here because Gourgeist had to use Confuse Ray to defeat the trainers with the Zigzagoon. Because it only started with Lick, I believe. Just have a decent mic. Absolutely agree, yeah. When you decide something to upgrade, always upgrade audio over video. Like, people can tolerate not the best camera footage, but people cannot tolerate bad audio. Then again, good mic isn't that expensive. I can't remember the exact mic model I have. It was, I got it recommended through a YouTube video. I was looking up some good, USB mics with the arms, and then I found one that was recommended. And, it was quite nice. Okay, that was 100% my fault. I forgot to use growth. I realized that, and I decided, maybe I can try to win the fight anyway. But nope. Wow, that Vivion's defensive. Wow. The mic on your Android tablet. That may not be the best one. I'm actually going to skip the center in this town, because if you go into the center in this town, Tierno tries to interrupt you with some dialogue. But if you just never end up healing there, or even buying stuff there, he never talks to you. The minor time save. Just if you can get away with it. I can just buy what I need here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get a... What the... Oh, weird. My controller wasn't working for a sec. Yeah, you can get, like, a headset with a mic sticking out. What? Hold on. Pause. My analog control isn't, Okay, this should fix it. Yep. I had to reconfigure my controls before the stream, and I guess I didn't reconfigure the circle stick. I mean, you don't need to find somebody to edit a stream. You don't need to do that. Oh, great. I left the XP share on. Alright, I can pick any of those Kanto starters. I just picked Charmander. Because it learns Cut and Strength. It's not going to be my default Cut and Strength user, but it's a good option to pick. It's right there. Yeah, that's a good point. It's always a good idea to try to learn to edit. There's plenty of useful videos that could help you learn. There's plenty of free software, too. Okay, let's... Oh, deposit. Okay. Oh, Android video emulator or editor? I would not know. I'm sure there's some good ones. I mean, I know there are a lot of people who, like, edit, like, TikToks and stuff on their, like, tablet. So I'm sure there's something. Yeah, I edit my... I wish I could pay somebody to do it. But it's not a big deal to me. I mean, if you know somebody that does editing and you ask them, I'm sure they'd be willing to help you for a price. Maybe, but it's always a good idea to try to learn. Alright, I'm going to fight most of the trainers on this route. Because the rival with Braixen and Absol is going to be quite scary. Oh wait, Home Claws. Yeah, Home Claws is on this route. I need to go get that too. What's this? Oh, Super Potion. Oh, I think the TM is somewhere else on this route. Oh wait, I know where it is. There it is. I don't think I'm going to teach it now, though, because Growth raises your attack and special attack by 1 stage. The only difference with teaching Home Claws is it'll buff my accuracy, but I don't really need to worry about accuracy. I mean, go back and see my old edited videos. Ooh, Flying type. What was that lag spike? Chesto Berry. If I do ever get the opportunity to get a berry from that guy, I always prefer the Chesto Berry because it's got the most fertility. Because you can combine it with Rest. Alright, I'm going to need to come down here, not just for the Oran and Pecha Berries, but there is a Miracle Seed here, too. Will you pick up the Lucky Egg? Oh, I probably will, yeah. I gotta be at maximum friendship first. And right now, my friendship is 140. Plus, if I do the training as well, if I gain levels early on, my friendship will grow nicely. You know, I'm pretty sure you can skip both of these trainers, but in my runs, I pretty much just consider them mandatory because they each have 3 Pokemon and they give very good XP. It's just always a good idea to fight them. Will Poison Jab be good against the Grass Gym? It would be good against the Grass Gym, but I don't remember where Poison Jab is. I'll have to see in my notes if Axu recommends it. I think for John, it's probably 7 in the morning. It's great in Trick Room teams. Yeah, I looked at this thing's stats. This thing is essentially all attack and not much else. There's not really much impressive about this thing. $935? That was close. Alright, continue the training. In the Shalur Cave, grab Dig. As for Rival 1, if you have 50 speed, you do outspeed Braixen and Absol. In Ramos, we're mainly using Shadow Claw. Snorlax opened its eyes, you say? Seriously? Hey, I just realized. The rival has a Fletchling here, but he never uses it again. I just realized that. Alright, I'm going to do the trainers here as well. Hey, look, Axew's here. John, you didn't get it? Didn't you get it? I was facing a trainer with an Axew, so I said, hey, Axew's here. But you had to not get the joke. That's cool. Any tips on the starter I should choose? You mean like out of the 3 vanilla starters? I think in both games, Tepig is the best one. I'm not just saying that because I'm picking Tepig and ZA. Emboar is straight up very good in Unova. Fire and Fighting is actually a pretty good typing. I know people like to say they hate fire fighting types, but it's actually a very good type combo. Alright, gotta make sure I get Shadow Claw in here. Honestly, people also like to say, like, Shadow Claw, or not Shadow Claw. People like to say firefighting is overused. The 3 fire fighting type starters are actually the only fire fighting type Pokemon in the series. Literally, the Infernape line, Emboar line, and Blaziken line are the only firefighting types. Literally, people freak out so much about the firefighting type starters that Game Freak never made another firefighting type again. Just kind of hilarious. Aldean Tauros? Okay, that's a good point, yeah. I mean, it's like half credit thing. It's one of its forms, but like the base form is not firefighting. Then again, the other Tauroses are water fighting and pure fighting. Do I want this move? No. I'm gonna be learning Shadow Claw. We don't talk about Gen 8 or 9. Shadow, calm down, Shadow. Also, what's the effective power of Shadow Claw? 70. That's 105. So at max strength, its Shadow Claw would still be better, but I don't want to put Shadow Claw in slot 1. I don't like putting ghost moves in slot 1 of anything because of the abundance of normal types in the game. Alolan Tauros? Yeah, that would have been a good idea. I mean, almost every gaming franchise nowadays has paid DLC, so it's pretty much the norm. You can like it or hate it. I don't mind DLCs. It gives you more to do in your game after a certain amount of time has passed. Like, for example, if the stuff that became... Let's just say the stuff that became the Sword and Shield DLC, for example. Let's assume that was all put into another game, like Pokemon... Pokemon Halberd or something, like some sort of other knightly weapon. If they had just released a brand new game where the main game was the exact same, but they had post-game content, that would not be worth the $60 for me. Like, $60 to replay the same game again. It's the reason games like Platinum didn't sell that well, because a lot of people already owned Diamond and Pearl at the time, and they weren't willing to pay full price for a game that was 90% similar, just with post-game stuff. People weren't willing to pay the price. I'm not saying Platinum's a bad game, I'm just saying that was the reason the third titles didn't sell that well. Like Crystal, Emerald, and Platinum, that was the reason they didn't sell well. Because people didn't think it was justifiable to buy the game again. Yeah, it was goated back in the day, but you gotta remember, Diamond and Pearl sold around 19 million units, Platinum only sold 7 million. That was the reason why. A lot of people did not want to buy Platinum when it came out for that reason. I mean, people went back later, but I'm talking about back in 2008. Is it true the first female protagonist isn't... That's a joke, right? Protagonist is, like, what you play as. There have been female characters since Crystal. You mean antagonist? I think you mean antagonist. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you mean antagonist. Because if you mean antagonist, then that makes more sense. I don't know, wouldn't Lucamine count? What level am I? 22. Okay. Level 23 with the Miracle Seed should be good for this gym. I'm going to keep the Amulet Coin equipped for a little bit. Yeah, I think Sun and Moon had the first female antagonist. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, I'm actually fine that there's no third versions anymore. Like, I would prefer that any bonus stuff just be DLCs instead of just re-releasing the same game. Like, 90% the same game. Like, if the DLC for Scarlet and Violet was just re-released as, like, Pokemon Teal or something, and the base game was the exact same, but they had the post-game stuff at the end, and they sold it for $60, not many people would buy it. A lot of people would be pretty pissed off, because they'd be like, well, why the hell did I buy Scarlet and Violet when I could have just waited for this? That was the problem third versions had, so I'm actually fine with third versions not being a thing anymore. Normally, this hiker here, I actually try to avoid, because his Pokemon are actually pretty good, but with access to Hornleech, I'll be just fine. John? Hold on. Ether Hornleech. I just realized there was no reason to buy antidotes or paralyze heals because of how natural cure works. Oops. Yeah, John, okay, I will agree on one thing. Third versions would be better on improving the main story. Like, for adding post-game content, DLC would be better for that. But honestly, Sword and Shield should have just had a better main story. A third version could have fixed that, true. But after, like, people's reactions to Sword and Shield, I don't think many people would have been willing to play the game again. So I don't think it would have done too well. Like, if you get what I'm saying. Alright, I'm gonna re-equip the coin. Okay, I will admit, X and Y was the #1 game that needed a third version. Like, DLC wasn't a thing for Pokemon at the time until Gen 8, but this game really needed a third version. Because there were a lot of plot holes left in the game. I think ZA was to make up for that. Hopefully it does. Oh yeah, I think there were some Nintendo Mega Leaks last year that showed Pokemon Z was actually in development, but for some reason it was scrapped. I'm thinking maybe it was scrapped. I don't know. Because I remember 2015. I remember that year. I remember 2015, they released no new Pokemon games. Like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was 2014, and Sun and Moon was 2016. It is possible that Pokemon Z would have been released in 2015, but I guess they scrapped it to work more on Sun and Moon instead, which is why Sun and Moon had the Zygarde plot in it. I think that was what happened. That's my best guess. Yeah, I think that would have been the better thing to do. I think because they wanted Sun and Moon released for the game, for the series' 20th anniversary, they wanted to make sure Sun and Moon came out on time for that, so that was probably the reason they scrapped Pokemon Z. Can I get some better wild encounters for XP, please? I wouldn't consider the Ultra games a third version. Third versions aren't generally released in groups of 2. But it acted like a third version. But it wasn't. I don't know what I would call those. Normally, I am terrified of fighting this trainer, but I think today it'll be pretty easy. Oh, okay. Jesus, man. Black and White 2. Not exactly, because Black 2 and White 2 were a completely different story, completely different set of characters. Like, it was a literal sequel. I would not say the Ultra games were sequels. That's not the right term. Shadow, I saw on X that somebody was listing off the differences with how the game runs on the Switch 1 and Switch 2, Legends ZA. From what I've heard, I saw a screenshot. They look relatively similar, just one's in 720, one's in 1080. The Switch version's going to run at 60. The Switch 1 will run at 30 FPS, Switch 2 at 60. But the post said that Legends ZA was designed for the Switch 1 in mind, and they just made a port to the Switch 2. So I think it'll play pretty good. At least, I mean, I sure hope so, but on Thursday, we'll get our copies of ZA. My brother will have the Switch 1 version, so I'll definitely look out for it and see how it runs. If I had to guess, it'll probably run like how Scarlet and Violet did, just a little bit better. Like, imagine how Scarlet and Violet runs on the Switch 2, just at 30 FPS. I think that's what ZA will run like. That's my guess. Alright, I need to buy Dig. So far, this Pokemon's doing pretty good. 'Cause, like, I said, I think the Ultra games are a third version. I don't know. 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 Alright, I gotta remember to tell this guy no. Do not spam A. Alright, do I have at least 50 speed? Oh, I have 55 speed, so I will outspeed the Braixen and the Absol. That's good. If you guys are wondering how I'm seeing that, I have PokeLink on the side, which shows me my stats. I tried to incorporate it into the overlay, but it ended up just looking really ugly. So my overlay for Gen 5 onwards is still going to look the same. Ow. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Good thing I did that training. I still have no reason to get the game on Switch 1. Yeah, Shadow, if you're considering buying a Switch 2 at some point, you could just wait for that. I mean, you might miss out on Mega Greninja, but honestly, I think people are making too much of a big deal of how the Kalos Mega Stones are being handed out, because the game still has a lot of other Megas. Like, plenty of other new ones. And I think there's some new ones that haven't been announced yet. Or if they were announced, they were leaked. But I'm not going to look at those leaks. But there'll still be plenty of other Megas. I mean, Mega Delphox looks really cool, but there's definitely other Megas I want to try out. And I'm sure maybe even after the whole season thing is over, they'll probably re-release the Mega Stones at some point. Because remember Walking Wake and Iron Leaves in Scarlet and Violet? They redid the event like 3 times. So I'm sure they'll release it again. I mean, that's probably copium, but they'll probably release it again. You're waiting till Black Friday, most likely. Makes sense, I would do that. Yeah, Shadow, you may as well get the... If you're able to get a good deal on it, you may as well just get the World Bundle. Because if you get the bundle, you only end up paying $50 for Mario Kart. I mean, if you have friends you can play it with. Or I don't know if your wife plays Mario Kart. Okay, I like this music in X and Y. One thing I'm looking forward to with Legends EA is a lot of the remixed X and Y music. Hold on, wait. Can Flying Press hit me? Hey, Shadow Stitch, do you know if Flying Press can hit a Grass Ghost type? Like, I know the move does fighting and flying type damage, but I think in the game's code, it's still a fighting move, so I don't think it would work. I mean, I just got the bundle just because I'll get a game to go with it. I mean, I had my friend over about a month ago, and we played Mario Kart for like 45 minutes. No, it's still treated as fighting? Okay, that makes sense. Also, I remember Shadow Tray told me that as long as you Mega Evolve, you don't have to win the fight. But I think what actual speedruns do is they'll Mega Evolve, and then yeah, Mega Evolve and use Metal Sound. Alright, my friendship is 255, so I will be able to get the Lucky Egg right away. Oh, Shadow. I know they do plan to release a Legends ZA Switch 2. I think it's a bundle. Oh my god. I gotta turn off that XP share. I forgot. Get attract. Get over here. Alright, I am gonna fight these trainers too. I know I skipped them with Skidoo, but these trainers are actually very good in XP, so I will fight them. Honestly, it might have been worth getting the Lucky Egg, then coming back, but oh well. Forest Curse? No, that move's garbage. Alright, let's see. I do need to teach Rest over Return for Ramos. Hey, don't use Protect Strats on me. How dare you? There's already a ZA bundle with the Switch. Oh, just the Switch 1 or the Switch 2? The Switch 2? Does the bundle come with a download code for ZA? Ooh, Cherry Berry. Nice. Scott talking about growth was funny. What did he do? Why do you use return so much on neutral targets? Neutral compared to what? Shadowclaw? I don't like having Shadowclaw in slot 1, because this game, there's a lot of normal types. I don't want to accidentally use Shadowclaw on a normal type. It's just, return's a more spammable move, if that makes sense. Besides, it's a 102 powered return to a 105 Shadowclaw with stab. It's not much of a difference. I just don't want to accidentally use return, or use Shadowclaw on a normal type. It has happened. It's the one I ordered so I can confirm? Oh, okay. Does the ZA Switch 2 have, like, unique-looking Joy-Cons? Man, Trevenant has been pretty dang good so far. Actually kind of impressed. But yeah, it's 102 to 105. It's not much of a difference at all. No, so it's just a normal looking Switch 2 just with a ZA download code. Is the bundle $500 just like the World bundle was? So you're only paying $50 for ZA for Switch 2? Because my World bundle was $500. Technically $500 cash, but I did a bunch of trade-ins to help pay for it. I only paid $300 out of pocket for the Switch 2 World bundle and $5 down for the ZA Switch 2 pre-order. Then as soon as I pick it up, I'll need to pay the remaining $65. Destiny Bond. No, this isn't Stadium 2. Alright, I do want to teach Rest. You know, I may as well equip a Chestoberry. Alright, I think now I will put Shadowclaw in slot 1. It's $5.20 for me, but it's in euros. That's probably similar price in USD. Ouch. Okay. Note to self, do not set up on that thing. Wait, one... Why does it say one growth Shadow Claw jump left? Is it a range? Let me try again. Oh yeah, that was a definite range. I guess I just got unlucky. Yeah, I definitely got unlucky. You know, it's not often Ramos is difficult, but today... I mean, Gorgeist, he was a little tricky. Yeah, I did appreciate playing, well, Stadium 1 doesn't have Destiny Bond. I hate Stadium 1. Like, the best moves are just spamming Thunder. It's annoying. Dang it. Well, he's gotten his first taste of Gen 5 growth already, so you might have had that on the brain. So, who was mentioning Scott talking about growth? Did Scott, like, make a post in his Discord or something? I don't think I saved. No, I did not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't save. Dude, it's really annoying having to black out with a full party. Okay. That was annoying. Then again, did that Houndoom have Will-O-Wisp? Or did Firefang actually burn me? I mean, I know he's playing Gen 5, but like, was Scott like telling people how much he loves growth? I did mention on growth in his video Cacturn and Emerald. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I did watch that, yeah. Okay, now I get it. But yeah, you know what's funny? In Gen 5, when they made growth race attack as well, it was the same game they introduced workup. Then again, Scott better get used to liking workup, because in black and white, that's the only setup move you're ever gonna get. This is the only setup move you pubes are going to get. Or in Black 2 White 2, they do give you Hone Claws right before Victory Road. Like, I don't know why, but Gen 5 really hates other setup moves. They're like, you must embrace the workup. Growth is cooler in the sun. No, the correct word is growth is hotter. But yeah, when I was watching John play Bulbasaur and Sun, having growth do +2 in both of those regards is really good. Seriously. Oh, I just realized I'm not holding the Lucky Egg anymore. I'll need to hold on to the Lucky Egg for this part. I better make sure to save, though, because in most of my playthroughs, there's always at least one grunt that threatens me. I think it just makes it a more interesting game. I agree with that, yeah. All it means is like, Pokemon that don't get a setup move by level up are essentially screwed, unless they get workup. I don't mind, though, having access to every setup move accessible, because it creates interesting strategy, and it gives every Pokemon a chance to get a good time. I mean, this thing gets Calm Mind and Hone Claws. I got Hone Claws, but sadly, it doesn't get Swords Dance, even though this thing is a Grass type. But I'm not teaching Hone Claws right now, just because we have growth. Alright, I'm going to need to use an Ether. Oh yeah, I hate Golbat. Golbat on the enemy trainer teams are heavy trolls. And they may not look like it, but Golbat have pretty good defenses. They always seem to survive a hit. Oh yeah, John, in Sun and Moon, Work Up is your first TM. Which makes sense, because in Sun and Moon, Growth was changed to be TM01. And it's the first TM you get, which is pretty funny. Grass types hate Golbat. A lot of stuff hates Golbat. I've had resets against Golbat from stuff that aren't even weak to Golbat. Just, you know what every Pokemon is weak to? Hitting yourself. That's what. Alright, Clement. Teach Dig over Rest. Team Flare isn't really a problem with Dig. I probably should have taught that. Yeah, I should teach Dig right now. Dang it. I had a feeling I was forgetting something. Alright, I'm gonna go deposit my Pokemon again. I don't need to withdraw them until... literally until after Olympia. Confusion's bad for most Pokemon. Exactly. A lot of Pokemon are weak to hitting yourself. That's the reason a lot of Pokemon hate Golbat. I'm putting together a list of monster out in Black 2, White 2. When I start playing those games, you guys' suggestion can be non-Univamons. Yeah, and I think you also said you will allow hidden abilities as an option. I'm not sure why you didn't want to play with that by default. I don't think Scott's going to allow them, but I disagree. I think it makes Gen 5 runs more interesting when you give them access to an ability that they never had the opportunity to use in most games. Phantom Force. Not right now. Phantom Force is a powerful move, but the problem is it doesn't have much power points. Shadow Claw for right now is better, but if I want access to it, I have the Heart Scale. It was the reason I picked it up, too. Crobat only became good in Gen 4 when it got access to Cross Poison and Fly. Sadly, Brave Bird is Egg move only. Crap, I can't remember which one it is. Middle one. Yep. They weren't that big of a thing, but became much more expanded. They expanded the Dream World a lot. Okay, that's true, yeah. Actually, I think I might be speed tied with the Heliolisk. But then again, I shouldn't have much of a problem here. Oh, it's actually good that that two-shotted, so it didn't activate Sturdy. And that thing no, it has Dry Skin, not Sap Zipper. Okay. Okay, Clement was easy. Yeah, it's so weird you see this in an alleyway. Hold on. I don't think I grabbed Quick Claw. Whoops. I have that roll to make black 2 white 2 runs a bit more interesting. If I ever do Unova mods, just a nice difference. Yeah, I agree with what you're doing. I think it's going to be interesting to have them be 2 different rules. I'm just the kind of guy, I like to try and have the same rules between all the generations, if I can. That's just how I play things. It's going to put in a request, it's a tier 2 plus thing? What? You mean, like, for my memberships? I think the bottom tier memberships have run request priority once a year at the minimum. Yeah, I'm pretty sure even the bottom tier ones do have a request priority. I technically made that membership benefit with backports in mind. But I can do regular runs if you want. Yeah, you can request a run. The bottom tier memberships is run request priority once a year. The higher ones give you more of a priority. Like, more chances. You have different tiers now? I've always had different tiers of membership since day one. I always have. Alright. I need to sell some stuff for vitamins. Alright, let's see. Protein, then carbos, then zinc. Let's see. I can buy 3 protein, 3 carbos, rest in zinc. 7. Yeah, I can do 7. There we go. Runs with donations still a thing? Yeah. Yeah, on my starting soon screen, I have a little thing that says, do you want your favorite Pokemon backported? You can do one of the following. It's become a member or do a $5 donation. Those are basically your 2 options. Basically, you'll get high priority. Then if, like, a random person asked. Yeah, it can either be a backport or a regular run. Okay, this thing is becoming annoying. Why am I not using dig? Okay, I almost died there, which would have been embarrassing, because Valerie is a pretty bad gym leader. When I transfer over, the rules play likely the same. No lucky egg, no season-specific stuff. Only difference is allowing hidden abilities. Honestly, Shadow, the only main benefit to playing in different seasons is playing in the fall gives you access to a rare candy on Route 20, but it's locked behind Waterfall, which you have to do 8 badges, and the entirety of the Plasma Frygate quest has been finished. Literally, it's not like Black and White 1 where Winter gets you Substitute and 2 rare candies. It only provides you 1 rare candy in the fall, but like I said, it's all the way at the end of the game, and it's a pretty out-of-the-way candy. It's kind of similar to the Lost Lorn Forest candy if Waterfall was accessible. That's kind of how I view it. But I get what you're saying. If I did not allow it, Bulbasaur... Yeah, Bulbasaur would be impossible without its hidden ability. It needed access to, whatever that ability was that doubled its speed. Man, having access to a powerful grass-type move that also heals you, like a physical Giga Drain, really helped it a lot. It wouldn't fall under the if it gives a big advantage. I don't really know any other, like, I know the sewers can give, weather-specific, items. Like, I know some items are spring and summer only, some are fall and winter only. You'll have to look it up. Oh, one I know for a fact is spring and summer only is the black glasses. Make of that what you will, though, but honestly, it's not that good. You need surf for it anyway. Like, you're better off using the shit, what's it called? Expert belt. Unless there's a fight where you desperately need the generic attack boost for everything. I remember donating for an H/run on Crystal. Yeah, you did. I remember playing it. But yeah, you either donate $5 one time, or if you become a member, the lowest tier gets a request priority once a year, and I think the higher ups goes to like 6 months, then 3 months. And I'm sure some of you may be, damn it, I'm sure some of you may be asking, like, then why don't I just do a $5 donation instead and don't even bother with memberships? Well, being a member, like I said, it gets you access to the patch files for the backports, so if you want to play it yourself. And another thing it gets you access to is the emojis during the live streams, but I've also been uploading member-exclusive runs. I did say in the new year I was thinking of streaming re-ranks, but people really wouldn't want to watch that. But I came up with a better idea. I often do re-ranks in my Discord server, or sometimes I record runs for a video. I think in those runs that I do in the Discord will be uploaded to YouTube as member exclusive, so if you're not in the server, or if you miss it, you can watch it. And it'll have all of our uncut commentary. Like, those runs are pretty different from like this kind of live stream, because I'm not like actively trying to like make it sound like a good quality stream. It's us just casually talking about just random stuff. Like, Shadow ends up coming by and she talks about, like, I don't know, game engines or something. And I remember Shadow Stitch came in and was asking opinions on something to do with his thumbnails or something. But it's like uncut video. Like, it'd be like if you were joining into a random group chat. Like, that's basically the feel you get from him. But yeah, anytime I do one of those runs in the Discord, they will be uploaded to the channel as members only. Yeah, you used to join them, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to start uploading all of those to the channel as members only from now on, to include a much better incentive, because I get, like, not everyone's interested in playing the runs, and emojis are like, whatever. But having exclusive, like, content that no one else gets access to, I think people will like that. Alright, continue training. We want 100 speed. For Delphox's... Oh, dude, we are cutting it close. Trevenant has 101 speed. The rival's Delphox here has 99. Yeah, all that training was necessary. Just don't go acting the fool. What? Yeah, anyone's free to join them in my Discord. That sounds fun. Dude, the Island Kahuna theme is awesome. It makes no sense. Like, it goes from being super serious to all cheerful. I remember somebody in the comments on one of those videos where, like, the song plays for 3 minutes. Somebody said that the track reminds you of, like, it feels like you're in an alleyway about to be robbed, and then the mugger brings out a baseball bat, and you two just play baseball. Oh yeah, I hate this puzzle. Reflect. Damn it. Nice crit. Alright, so yeah, at this point, I can withdraw my HM users. Before facing Lysander, drop Shadow Claw for a turn. I'm good on potions. There we go. He's like, the game's like, hey, I saw you gave up Shadow Claw. You want to teach it again? I should have just used Dig on that. That was cutting it close. And crud. Should have set up some growths. Taunt, you jerk. Dude, taunt literally killed me. Dude, Okay, we're good. Dang it. I did re-equip the Lucky Egg, right? I'm pretty sure I have. Oh yeah, I do. I glanced over at PokeLink. Level 95 Necrozma. That's evil. I know there's a rare candy inside the Lysander labs, but as of lately, I haven't really been getting it. Since I started using the Lucky Egg now, because I realized, like, how you're supposed to get it. The rare candy here has just been kind of pointless, because you have to go out of the way, and you have to fight an optional trainer to get it. Like, theoretically, it could be worth, like, backtracking to get it when the grunts are gone. But I don't know. I just don't think that candy's worth it. Alright, Mabel. Couple more days till ZA where we get to see Mabel. Wow, okay. That was just mean, Mabel. They'll think Clefable... John, I saw your poll. I think... Dude, foul play one-shots. Okay, no growths then. But yeah, I think Clefable should stick to Whitney's team. Because, like, here's the thing. Like, it was originally a normal type. And Whitney is well known for having a Clefable. Because she literally leads with Clefairy in almost every game she's in. So, honestly, it would be kind of weird to not have Clefable. So I think you should just keep it on. Let's just assume, like, I don't know, out of nowhere, Clefable just gained the fairy typing. Do you really think Whitney would just abandon it? Legends Arceus was too easy? Sounds like someone never faced Volo. Please inform me what you did to make Volo easy. I lost to him so bad in my playthrough that I had to go train for 2 days before I went back and tried again. And even then, I was spamming a crap ton of full restores. Yeah, Sabrina had Venomoth, exactly. Oh. Oh, crud. Shit. Dude, I meant to save, but I guess I just forgot. At least blacking out in the later parts of the game isn't that hard. Because everybody just outlevels you. Oh my god. I have 100% in that game, but I was talking about the boss itself. Oh, you meant the boss was too easy. When you said the game was too easy, I'm like, dude, did you not face Volo? Bolo was legitimately one of the hardest Pokemon battles in the whole series. Fuck you, Crobat. I saw how many times you flinched me. Dude. Why is Zerosic all of a sudden the hardest opponent in the game? Yeah, John, I'm sure Bulbasaur and X and Y struggled here. Dude, I need 2 growths and no flinches, please. Flinch. Flinch. Crit. Dude, come on, dude. Honestly, it could potentially be worth using the candies early, but I'm not so sure with this thing. Besides, I just don't want flinches. Like, stop flinching me. There. I hate this game. Dude, is this Crobat holding a King's Rock? I swear this Crobat's holding a King's Rock. Like, I don't think it's worth using the candies early here. Besides, I don't think early candies is going to help this thing. Like, I'm never outspeeding this Crobat. Being a higher level is not going to prevent flinches. There we go. There, was that so hard? Can you dig out of here? Aw. Before Zerosic have Quick Claw. That probably would have helped. At level 63, plus 1 Horn Leech one-shots. So I guess I probably could have used the candies there, but I don't know. I think I'm going to wait until the battle with my friends first. Because that's generally a good spot to use the candies. Because you do have to do 3 battles in a row. I really wish the rival healed you. You know what's interesting? These grunts here reference the Pokemon Rattata, even though Rattata is not available in X and Y. Oh god. Good thing I have my backup full restores. Friends should stick together. She stays behind. Shadow, you're not talking about leaks and spoilers, are you? Like, how are you saying they used to be rocket grunts? Are you just guessing? Oh, you were talking about the flare grunts. Oh, okay. Yeah. Dave. That rat needs to return. Also, at some point, I probably should do Pokemon X with Maractus, because I know, Madrybread gave up on it, because he tends to have a problem with giving up on runs. Especially in the newer games. It's kind of the reason I don't like when he does Heart Gold. Most of the runs, he just gives up. Well, I mean, I have a speed stat of 132 right now, so I'm probably faster than it. Oh, I saw someone on social media saying that, like how they can't even open their web browser anymore without articles saying, OMG, Mega Charizard Z was leaked. And you're like, dude. I actually saw this other post. Someone said, the same people complaining about leaks are the ones reposting the links. The leaks. And I'm like, that's technically correct. Like, I really do wish all those, like, big Pokemon YouTubers would quit talking about the leaks. Like, if people want to find the leaks, let them find it on their own. Don't make videos, like, talking about what was in the leaks. Like, please just don't. Because people don't want to see that. Alright, there is going to be some wasted XP, but I'm going to use my candies before the friends battle. I hate those kinds of YouTubers. Yeah, true. Alright. Teach rest over dig. Oh. Probably should have done that. Oh well. Be level 70 for Wolfric to outspeed the Cryogonals 132. Dude, I avoided I avoided Nuzzle and I still got paralyzed. Alright, I am gonna need to buy some full restores. Okay. Seriously? Teach hidden power fire over rest. Change your homepage. Yeah, you can probably select like the 3 dots or something and say don't recommend from this website or something. Hold on. It does say I need enough speed to outspeed Malva's Pyroar. Damn it. I'm gonna pause this. I have a spreadsheet made by some speedrunners. Let's see. Malva's Pyroar has 152 speed. I have 152 speed right now. Okay, so I will guarantee outspeed by the time I get there, so I don't need to do optionals. Well, that was kind of my fault. I wasn't paying attention because I was looking at another monitor. I had no idea I was facing a Sableye. I was just spamming return. Dude, these blackouts were completely because of me not saving. I mean, at least blackouts are pretty quick, so it's not a big deal. Alright, I'm gonna teach... Before heading to Victory Road. Alright, so I need to remember before I enter the league, I need to go fly back to Quarry Way and go get Rock Slide. The reason I couldn't get it while I was there is because Rock Slide is locked behind Waterfall. And I will need that move for Malva. So annoying it's one of those moves you have to backtrack to, but what can you do? Galar has the most forgettable gym leaders. I forgot what most of their names are, but I know what a few of them look like. I thought were pretty good. Like, I think the gym leaders that had the best designs, I liked the rock and ice type one. The fairy one was awesome. The water one. I did save, right? Can anyone tell me if I saved? Did I save? I legitimately don't remember. I don't think so. Can someone check? Rewind exists on YouTube, please. I don't know whether I should black out or reset. I legitimately don't remember. No, you didn't? Okay, thank you. Dude, how do I keep forgetting to save? Literally, I am just massacring this run. Okay, that was a more annoying blackout. Aiming can be forgettable. True, and I'm going so fast, too. Alright, I think +4 should be enough. Oops. Dude. Live with that guild. Autosave. I have the autosave feature on, unless I'm intentionally trying to save soft reset a Pokemon. I mean, I don't mind the autosave thing, but it's great they have the option to turn that off. Okay, the final 3 veterans. Okay, I was cutting it close. Alright, after this trainer, I need to go get Rock Slide, and then go to the Move Relearner and get Phantom Force for Aegislash. Damn it. That Alakazam must be EV trained in speed. I'm pretty sure I would have outsped that. Dude. Okay, maybe I should just set up to +2. Yeah. Alright, what's my final moveset for the league? Shadow Claw, Horn Leech, Phantom Force Growth. Shadow Claw, Horn Leech, Phantom Force Growth. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go to Dendemil Town. No, that's Anastar. I need to go to Dendemil Town. Taking the day off. I have the day off by default, which is gonna be nice. Alright, I would like Phantom Force, please. Yep. Alright, and my held item needs to be a Quick Claw. Alright, now I need to go to Kuriway and go get Rock Slide. Growth is for the physical attack, John. Come on, John, you should know this. Look at my moves. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we're going to do Cybold, 1 growth sweep, then Wickstrom, 2 growths and sweep. Yeah, we have Hone Claws, but we're not going to use that till later. It's for moveset flexibility, because we will have to unlearn growth at some point. Okay, just 1 growth. Alright, and then Drosna. Before Drosna, drop Phantom Force for Attract. I have full HP. Nice. Alright, Cybold. No, not Cybold. Wickstrom. +2 in sweep. Let's see. Wickstrom, 2 growths and sweep, +2 Shadow Claw guarantee Scizor. If you use So the reason we have Phantom Force is just in case this thing uses Torment. Because if it uses Torment, then we're going to have to alternate our moves. Plus, it's great to use on Aegislash. Alright, drop Phantom Force for Attract. Attract, 2 growths and sweep. That was cutting it close. Alright, Malva. Before Malva, drop Shadow Claw and Growth for Rock Slide and Hone Claws. What are we dropping? Shadow Claw and Growth. Get rid of that. Yeah, Hone Claws will make sure that we hit Rock Slide. Alright, so let's see. Attract, 1 Hone Claw. That was nice. Okay. Regional form Weedle. Right. Alright, let's see. Before Diantha, drop Rock Slide for Shadow Claw. Attract Hawlucha, 3 Hone Claws, and sweep. I mean, granted, it was at +1, but it was still pretty impressive, yeah. Kinda lucky I never got a hit yet. You know, if it weren't for my screw-ups, this would have been sub 140. Dude, I missed the under because of that. Crud. Dude, I could have gotten the under if it weren't for all my mistakes in the victory road. 140-43. 15 resets, 4 blackouts. And I think 7 of those resets were on Zorosic because of his stupid Crobat. And having most of those blackouts was definitely my fault. I think the one on the Flare Grunt with the Golbat and Houndoom before the power plant, I think that one was not my fault, just because I got unlucky. The other resets, though, I wouldn't really consider those my fault, no. There you go, Shadow. You know, fun fact, that trophy, that's the original speedrun.com trophy. I refuse to acknowledge the new trophy logo even exists. It's such garbage. Hold on, is AZ gonna win? Nice. Cannot wait to see the leaderboard. Oh, yeah, I better update it. I'm not going to be able to update the game time until the credits are over, but that's fine. We don't need the game time to rank it right now. See, we were level 83, 15 resets. Pretty low amount of resets for our first playthrough, though. This Pokemon did pretty dang good. Alright, real time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 43 seconds. I don't know what the game time is yet. Alright, everybody, so while the credits play, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Second place. That honestly kind of shows Xerneas and Yveltal need a re-rank at some point. Like, good lord. Honestly, I don't think this is a representation on, like, how good Trevenant is. I think it's a representation that some of these runs are not as good as they could have been. I don't know, but then again, Trevenant did do very dang good. Clawitzer was pretty good, although it had a lot of problematic spots. Left key was downright broken. I think Yveltal and Xerneas could do a lot better. For sure, but I'm not going to worry about those right now. What's wrong with the new trophy? The old one looks like a dude flexing, which is funny, sure, but it's not. The trophy is the newer one. It's a classic, Shadow. It's a classic. Like, it was supposed to be a pixelated thing. Like, it was its original design. You know that whole thing with, like, companies, like, oversimplifying logos? That was one of the things. Ever since the website was sold to a company, they updated the trophy, and they put ads on the website, and the website's just a mess. But yeah, I just refuse to acknowledge the new trophy even exists. Like, in my outros for the videos, I still use the old trophy design. Clefable needs a re-rank. John, I literally did a re-rank of Clefable last week. Still just pixel art. It's a classic, though. Like, Shadow, you gotta admit, like, sometimes, like, the classics are just better. Like, a lot of people will agree that for a bunch of Pokemon, the 2D sprites look better than the 3D models. Besides, I think on the leaderboard at this point, I think the Pokemon that truly deserves re-ranks, definitely Dragology, because I think Dragology starts off with very good moves. Dedenne is not that great. I could probably leave it down there. Charizard has to bank on a Stone Edge miss on that one guy in Victory Road. Hoopa has a 4x weakness to Dark, which is bad for the rival. I think Yveltal could do a lot better than it already ranked. These were like my first 2 serious X and Y playthroughs. Needs dates? Like dates on when the run was done? Probably, but I feel like it'd be too much work at that point, because some of the re-ranks aren't documented. Like, I did some of them in the Discord server, or just offline for fun. I feel like it's a little too late for that, but something I do want to add to my leaderboards is add, like, a separate column on the side to, like, have the Pokemon's name. So if I'm like, alright, where did Xerneas go? I could control F Xerneas, but it would only really be a thing if the leaderboard was massive. Like, honestly, the only leaderboards that would really benefit from that would probably be like the Crystal Backport leaderboard. This thing could really benefit from having the names on the side. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or not. Like, trying to think of what I do. Like, I haven't made a schedule just because I keep forgetting, okay? I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I'm a human. And Thursday, there won't be a stream because I'll be spending the day playing Legend ZA. Friday will be the red with, or it'd be yellow with Wheezing. Saturday will be the crystal backport. I'll think of something to do. I'll think of something. If not, then the next stream will be Friday. But anyway, I'll see you all later. Bye.